Today, we're diving into a pretty powerful model for making better decisions. And it works about basically flipping the whole idea of agreement on its head. It's called the Adversarial Truth Engine, and trust me, it might just change how you think about finding the truth. So let me ask you something, and I bet we've all been here. You're in a meeting, someone's presenting a new idea, and you can instantly see the problems with it. You look around, and everyone's just nodding. So you stay quiet. That bad idea gets a green light, all because nobody wanted to rock the boat. It's a huge, huge problem.
And that sinking feeling you get in those meetings, that's exactly why we're starting here, with what we're calling the danger of agreement. Yeah, you heard me right. The danger of everybody getting along just a little too well.
And here's the heart of the problem. A lot of leaders, usually with the best intentions, create these echo chambers, a space where their own ideas just get bounced back at them by people who are eager to agree. The result isn't just a few bad decisions. It's creating massive blind spots that can literally lead to the entire organization falling apart. Okay, so if easy agreement is the enemy, what's the alternative? Well, the answer starts by totally rethinking what truth even is. Which brings us right to our next section. Truth is a dialogue. So, this core idea isn't actually new. It comes from a brilliant Russian philosopher named Mikhail Bakhtin. And his whole thing was that truth is never a monologue. It's not something that one person, not even the boss, can just declare from on high. Real truth, he said, only shows up when different, independent voices clash and interact. And you can see the two models right here, side by side. On the left, you've got the monologue. That's one voice, one so-called truth, and it leads straight to that echo chamber we talked about. But on the right, you have what Bakhtin called polyphony. That's many voices, creating an interactive truth, and that is the foundation for the adversarial truth engine. Now, I know this might sound a little like some abstract philosophy lecture, but stick with me, because this exact principle is behind some of the most cutting-edge technology being built today, which brings us to our next section, Lessons from Fighting AI. Yep, this whole idea of productive conflict is literally how we teach AI to get smarter. The tech is called a generative adversarial network, or a GAN for short. And the key isn't getting them to cooperate. It's about getting two AI systems to basically fight each other. And out of that fight, you get a much, much better result. So how does this AI fight club actually work? It's a pretty simple three-step dance. First, one AI, called the generator, creates something new, like a picture. Then, a second AI, the critic, looks at it, and its only job is to find the flaws, to call it a fake. So through this constant back-and-forth battle, the generator gets way better at making realistic pictures, and the critic gets way better at spotting fakes. They both get smarter through conflict. So, if this works for making artificial intelligence smarter, can we use the same logic for our human teams? The answer is a big yes. And this is where the theory gets really practical, with a very specific, very important role. The designated dissenter. This role is the absolute key to the whole system. What it means is, in every important meeting, you officially assign one person to be the designated dissenter. Their job isn't to be nice. It's not to find a compromise. Their one and only job is to attack the idea from every possible angle, to literally try and destroy it. Think of these as the rules of the cage match. First, you make conflict an official part of the process. It's institutionalized, which means it's not a personal attack. It's just someone doing their job. And the goal is not consensus. It's not about everyone agreeing. The goal is simply survival. Can the original idea defend itself against a smart, focused attack? If it can, well, you might just have something great. So, what happens after the fight? What does it actually mean when an idea survives this trial by fire? That brings us to our final and maybe most important section, executing the winner. Let's be super clear on this point. In an adversarial truth engine, the truth, or the best idea, is not decided by who has the fanciest title. It is not automatically the idea that the leader brought into the room. No, in this model, truth is what's left standing after the battle is over. It's the idea that's been hammered on, questioned, picked apart, and still holds up. That surviving remnant is stronger, tougher, and way more likely to actually work in the real world. I love how one person who uses this system puts it. This is a direct shot at the way most of us think about creativity. Brainstorming or no idea is a bad idea. This model says the opposite. It says criticism is the very thing that forges great ideas.
And here it is, the perfect summary of the whole philosophy. It's about creating a safe, controlled environment for intellectual combat, a cage match for ideas. And you don't just admire the winner, you act on it. You execute.
So that's what I want to leave you with. Think about the most important project you're working on right now. Was it built on the comfortable quiet of agreement, or has it been tested in the fire of real, honest conflict? Ask yourself, is your next big idea ready for the cage match?